People keep asking if I'm back, and I haven't really had an answer. But now, yeah, I'm thinking I'm back.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Can I Get Some podcast. We got a great show today, and I got some amazing guests that's going to talk about a specific subject that was inspired by one of the guests on the show today, Miss Ashley Nicole. And Manic Genius, she looks like you in the dark, so turn on the car light on. Oh, brother, get your shit together. we professional around here. There you go. No, but it was said by Miss Ashley Nicole. She had a great 4-part series on her TikTok. You might want to check it out about her experience in the DR with somebody she thought was just a friend. So we're going to probably get into that a little bit. But yeah, first I want to do is introduce everybody. So I'll go ahead and I'll round the horn and let people introduce themselves. And who just actually just dropped off? Okay. All right. So I'll go ahead and start with you, Miss True. How you doing? Go ahead and introduce yourself and name, age, where you're streaming from, and single or in a relationship.
And age?
Well, whatever. Come on, Ashley.
Miss
I mean, Nicole. Whatever.
Nicole. Too many Nicoles on the panel.
Yeah, I know.
So yeah, Nicole, Miss True. I am 39 years young and I am single.
Where are you coming from?
Not ready to mingle.
Oh, you're not ready to mingle? Okay. Where are you streaming from? Where do you live?
So the upper desert, the Morongo Valley, near Joshua Tree, Southern California.
Someplace nobody's ever heard of. It's all good. But we appreciate you coming.
Everybody knows where Joshua Tree is. Come on.
All right, thank you so much.
I'm 20 minutes.
All right, we're going to Nadia. Like I knew when I was on a podcast with Will Show with Nadia, I was going to have her on my show one day. I said she has the right mix of thoughtful insight and motherfuckers I've ever seen. So I knew she was going to be on the show. Nadia, go ahead and introduce yourself, age, where you're streaming from, and if you're in relationship status.
Hi, I'm Nadia. I am 28 and I'm streaming from California. I am single.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll get at least one or two good motherfuckers out of Nadia. So keep it peeled.
I'm just warming up. I'm just warming up. It's okay. It'll come.
All right. Next, we can go to my man, Marmello, the Sophisticated Jerk. Go ahead and introduce yourself to the people.
All right, y'all. It's the Sophisticated Jerk. I am 44, coming out of the DMV area. Thanks for having us, Dane.
Oh, man, that's it.
Yeah, that's it today, man.
Short and sweet. All right, now one of the funniest and most insightful, on-point cats I've had the pleasure of podcasting with. This cat's got a great show because I really want to know podcasting. You can check it out. Not you, Mr. DL Say. Go ahead and introduce yourself, DL.
What's good, everybody, man? That's pressure, bro. You put pressure on me, man. I'm sitting here trying to be low key. Yeah, man. DL Saint. So happy to be here, man. Brother Dame asked me to come over, and whenever I get the call, I'm like, bet, bro. I'm there. I am a single dad, 53, retired, living in Florida. I'm in Tampa. I think I'm one of the few people on the panel who know how to get to Joshua Tree. I lived in LA for a long time. just throw it out there. But yeah, most folks, you say Joshua Tree, they're just gonna look at you like, where is that? You know what I'm saying, is that downtown? That new weed place?
Exactly, that's the weed spot, the dispensary downtown. I'll figure it out.
That's what that is. So yeah, I'm just happy to be here. I'm real excited about this particular topic. Yeah, I just can't wait to get into it.
All right, next, but I got the legend in his own mind. the Mr. Perfect himself, Manic Genius. Go ahead and introduce yourself there, Manic.
I am the Manic Genius, 35. I'm struggle streaming right now, but I'm gonna get it together. Yeah, just love this topic. I might have to hop off, but I'll be in the comment section.
It's all good,
My
brother.
2 cents.
We always appreciate your insight. Regardless of what I said, you always have some dope shit to say. So I appreciate you coming through.
I appreciate you having me. I love this topic. Stay in the comment section.
All right. And the only reason I introduced this person last because it was her that was the inspiration for this topic. And she's been sending me a bunch of stuff, and we're kind of commiserating on how to make this a good show. So I just want to appreciate and all the work she's done. So go ahead, Ashley. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
My name's Ashley. I am 32 and I'm in Nashville, Tennessee.
All right. And she also has a dope TikTok. So go ahead and if that's her TikTok handle, so go ahead and
That's
follow
my
that.
username right
So
there.
go ahead and follow her on TikTok.
Thank you.
All right, now we can start. We're losing people left and right. We lost Manic, we lost True. We're gonna keep it pushing. But I want to give some love to the chat real quick. I want to give shout out to Pata. She's gonna come back on the show again. She like is always showing love in the chat, and so I really appreciate you coming through and showing love. Next we got Monica Daniels. This is my blood cousin. I love her so much, and she always shows a lot of love. So I appreciate you. Then we got B Love in the house. Go ahead, B Love. I definitely want to see you to come up on the panel. If you open to jump up on the panel on a topic or whatever, please let me know. Hit me up in IG and let me know if you're down for that. What you call it? So I really appreciate you coming through.
Thank you for the compliment too.
B Love is a good person. I see her on the channel. She's been on the panel with Will's panel before, and she's always a great person to have around. So let's get started, y'all. I'm just going to ask the question straight up to everybody, and I'm going to start with the ladies, just because I'm a gentleman like that, or I play one on TV. Nadia, can men and women truly be friends? And it was too long to put on the thumbnail, and keep it real with each other.
I've covered this argument with a lot of different people because I really do feel, I don't know if anybody, I'm going to open it. Has anybody in this panel seen When Harry Met Sally?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So in that movie, he goes through the whole discussion, the argument that women and men could never be friends, that no matter what obstacles, right? At any point, a man will always want to have sex with the woman. And what's shitty is that I really don't feel like it's as black and white of an answer as we'd like it to be, only because there's a lot of circumstance that's attached to it. It's not always just a yes, and it's not always just a no. I don't know if you want me to explain my answer, but
go ahead. This is what we're here for. You could just
I wasn't sure if we were gonna wait.
No, say what you gotta say. Like, no. I don't want you explaining yourself on my podcast.
Well, I just feel like there is a lot of circumstance to if a man and a woman can be friends, right? It depends on first of all, how the friendship started to begin with, and if there has been any boundary crossing in the realm outside of platonic. So I have had, and I talk to my dad about this all the time. My dad's like super traditional, and he is of the state of mind. He's like, nope, men and women can never be friends because of the aforementioned reasons, right? However, my stance on it is if you are maintaining boundaries and there's no crossing outside of the platonic realm, yeah, I believe you can be friends with a man. But again, there's strict boundaries that I feel you have to adhere to if you are in an opposite sex friendship. You know what I mean? Like, you guys can't be flirting and sexting and say, oh, he's just my friend, right? You can't have slept with a guy and being like, oh, he's just my friend, while trying to maintain a platonic relationship. It's just, I don't believe that's possible. You know, if there's already been sex involved, if there's already been a crossing of the boundary outside of the platonic, I don't believe it's possible. If you haven't crossed that boundary and you guys have been able to maintain clear boundaries, yeah, I believe it's possible.
All right. I want to respond to that real quick. Shout out to Gas Mask. Oh, God. The champ is here. Appreciate you. All right, Gas Mask. I want to ask you, so what about what the people say when people say, well, you just get it out of the way? It's like, as long as it's out of the way, you've done it, you moved on and what have you. So it makes it to where it's just like, you know, it's not a curiosity
No,
to where people are like, you know,
no. The
I
second
wonder
that
what it'd be like because you've been there.
No, the second that you see somebody naked, the dynamics change entirely. If you've been inside that person or you've let that person be inside of you in any capacity, there is no fucking way. No, absolutely not. No,
All right.
I don't believe
right.
that's
I'm
the
just
way.
glad she cleaned that up, because when you see him naked, I'm like, well, I can still smash. You got clothes on. And she said when she went inside, I'm like, oh, okay.
Okay. Damn. You know? So I would give a shout out to our girl Zyrax. Appreciate you coming through. She's always a good supporter of the podcast. Shout out. All right. How about you? We're gonna go to you, Nikki. Can men and women really be just friends and keep it real?
I think it's easier for women to be friends with men as opposed to men being friends with women, because I think that I have put those boundaries in place, and I do have a lot of male friends. Not, I wouldn't say like close friends that I'm in constant communication with, friends that I've known for an upwards of 15, 20 years. But if I tried to like put it on it, like they'd probably rise to the occasion. You know what I mean? So
Probably.
Probably. Maybe. You know.
they would more than likely.
Can we put a percentage on there? Can we make
Tuesday.
a percentage?
Yeah, let's do a poll.
Can we hear Sister Nikki's percentage? What, we ain't gonna hold your feet to the fire, but what percentage of those dudes you say would rise to the occasion? Nice choice of words, by the way.
No pun intended. I mean, but I have a lot of friends and I have a lot of acquaintances and I have a lot of people that I spent a majority of a huge chunk of my life with in my early to late 20s and some of my 30s that I would never consider.
That's not the question.
Waiting for that percentage, love. Just waiting for that percentage. And
What's
go
the
ahead.
danced around that.
I don't know, because I'd have to like count how many friends it is.
Just to make up a number, like just to give us an idea, because we want to see you talking about the majority of the guys.
Unless they are not pitching for the team that I'm on, then they would probably all go, yes, okay, unless they were in a relationship.
There you go. Even if they on the other team, they'll probably go ahead, be a free agent for that one evening, because you know me.
I don't think so.
Okay, girl. Okay. Think that
Guys
if you want.
that are batting for the other team strictly are not
Okay.
a risk.
Okay. All right.
You know what I mean? But
I hear you talking.
no, but no, I said what I said. I stand by it.
Okay. We're gonna challenge that throughout this conversation. Okay. All right, you Miss Ashley Nicole, how about you?
I agree with like the videos that I just sent you prior to the podcast. I think if there is any level of attraction on either side, absolutely not. Like, no way. Now, if you are both, and I don't care that I'm not trying to be mean. If y'all are both ugly or one, then yeah. Like, just you cannot be attracted to each other. What?
So if they're both ugly, shouldn't they be doing it more? Like, you ugly, I'm ugly, and nobody want us. We might as well do it with each other.
I caught that too.
You get what I'm saying? Like, if they're not attracted to each other, neither one of them can be attracted though, because like even in my scenario with the trip that I went on, now looking back, yeah, I knew he was attracted to me, but my dumb ass, I just wanted to go. I guess you could say, I don't know. I just wanted to go on a free trip.
Ain't mad at you. But Sister Ashley, though.
The old naive excuse. I got you, Ashley.
Sister Ashley,
I'm taking accountability, though.
But
you
real
are.
talk, though.
We give you
Real
that.
talk.
right.
The guy could be handsome and the woman could be like sub. What they call them, mid or sub, whatever the young kids are saying.
Yeah.
Y'all know I'm the old one. I'm always the old man on the panel. You know what I mean? So the woman could be on a scale of 1 to 10, 4, even a 3. And he could be like a 7, 8. Enough cognac is going down.
You said a 3.
So what you're saying is the men can't control themselves, is what you're saying.
What you
Because
heard
us women, if he's a 3 and I know he's ugly, I don't care how much liquor you give me. I'm not doing nothing.
Hold on. I just want to challenge that. Like, I'm gonna tell you something about me. I challenge premises that don't mean I follow it. Sometimes I just play devil's advocate to make sure people can stand on their argument. What is he, a 3 in the face? But like, it's like a crazy workout every 5 days a week, body just madly in shape.
No.
3 in the face and a 10 in the waist.
Hey,
it's not even all about the face though. Like if it's just an overall attraction. If I'm not attracted to you, then I'm not attracted. Like
I would say the average woman, if the guy, let's say the guy's like a 5, which is 5 is average, right? We're talking about scale of 1 to 10. 5 is average. Let's say the guy's like maybe 1 step or 2 steps below average, but he has a private jet. There is, you feel me? You want experiences? Come on, get on my get on my Global Express, and we going to Tulum. Oh, guess what? Hey man, them panties coming down, them ankles going up.
I have to agree with him.
All right, what you got to say about it, Jerk?
Yeah, I'll say, yeah, men and women can't be friends. The only way, like, I do agree with Ashley a little bit. If she's like a 1,000-pound sister, then yeah, no guy's gonna sleep with that. You're safe in that category, but
depends on the dude.
Yeah, but any other circumstance, nah, you can't do it because like DL was on to something. Even if you're like hitting the 3 and 4 territory and there's some Henny around, shit could happen.
Shout out to my man Sharon Bracey. Appreciate you coming through. Shout out, brother. That's funny. You guys are crazy. All right. I'm gonna say yes, but there's got to be certain stipulations, and I don't think it could be one of those situations. I think if it's a long-term friend that you knew for a while, and you've kind of decided early on that you weren't going that route, and it becomes part of like understanding that, okay, we find more value in each other than something physical. I think you can, because I've experienced that in my life where it's been like people I find everybody I found attractive. I didn't necessarily need to sleep with, because if I found something more of more value than just the way they look, like say for example, and I'm gonna use like shallow shit as well as maybe some thought-provoking shit. Like say for person, like I knew a chick who worked at the DMV. I was like, man, I can just go into the DMV and get my things and and I found value in the fact that you just worked at. Do you know how hard to find somebody that work at the DMV? And I was like, I was not messing that up on some bullshit, And then it's, and then it's just other shit. I found somebody who was just like really caring and considerate and was really smart. So it was just one of the things I saw. Her intellect was like, okay, you really, really smart. So I can like bounce things off you. And I like the conversation that I have. So we could go there, but I just find, there's something else of value that I think has more short-term, because people I was sleeping with at the time was more like, in and out, boom, bam. And it was just like, so I never really like, and I became like kind of a dick after that kind of shit. So it was like, I didn't want to lose the value that I saw in you because I just wanted to smash or what have you. So, but let me go ahead.
Well, I would say this, like, the answer to the question, can men and women be platonic friends? The answer is yes, but women have to understand that men want sex. And then when you really delve into it, you got to understand, okay, which group of men are we talking about? Right? So when we lump in all dudes, you got to understand that most women aren't attracted to most dudes. So, and Sister Ashley was making that point. So yeah, like she was like, oh, you got to be attractive. So, if you got a guy who is maybe a 5 or a 6, but he's dealing with a woman who's used to dealing with the absolute top tier guys, she might not see him as anything other than a friend. So yeah, she's like, all right, we cool, but don't get it twisted. Don't go out partying somewhere and she decided to start twerking. Everybody feeling good. They drinking on. She drinking on the whatever's the hot wine these days coming out of LA. I don't know if y'all doing Chardonnay still or Merlots or whatever y'all doing. You know what I mean? And move over to margaritas. And like I said, dude sipping on whatever, he get a chance to smash, he gonna smash. Men want sex at every level, but most men don't get access to that, and they will gladly sit in the friend zone. They'll sit there and wait for that one opportunity. It might take 15, 20 years. They'll sit back. Every woman on this panel right now get on the phone and call up some dude that they was cool with in high school way back then. He gonna answer that phone with all that text with the quickness. Hey, still here. Right? Still waiting.
And that goes to your point. I want to bring up something. I tried to play it from TikTok, but I'm gonna have to play it from Instagram. And I found a comedian, Matt Rife, had a whole show about that, a whole part about this. So let me pull up it. It's a little bit different than the one that you sent me, Ashley, but it's the longer version of his show. So let me pull it up, and that goes directly into your point. All right.
Your friend, ladies. And if you really do treat him like your best friend, oh, that's so much worse. Because if you treat him like your best friend, that means you have gone to him with all of your secrets, all of your problems. He knows everything you like, everything you don't like. You've probably complained to him about everything your boyfriend does wrong. So now this motherfucker has all the Infinity Stones to become the perfect guy for you. So when you and your boyfriend finally break up, who do you go run into? Me. And I've been waiting for this moment, boy. Weeks, months, maybe years. I've been waiting for this exact opportunity, bro. I've been putting in work too. I've been sending you memes in the morning. I've been texting you, how's your day going? I don't give a fuck about your day. Are you stupid? It's my day. I care about my day. Come on, man. It's about patience. All I've had to do is play it cool and stay in the game long enough and wait for the day that you come banging on my door, crying your eyes out. And I just have to play stupid like, oh, whoa, hey. Why are you crying? He said he doesn't trust me? That's crazy. Y'all broke up? Oh my God. I am so sorry. Oh, some dudes are so insecure. Oh my God. He's not your fucking friend. You can be, look, a guy can have a girl that is just a friend. No, listen. I'll wait. You as a girl can be just a friend to a guy, but it means you're ugly. I'm sorry, I know you don't want to hear it, but you just a homie with a ponytail. I don't know what else to tell you, man. Men and women can be just friends, but one of y'all fucking busted, okay? Somebody ugly, or maybe both. Maybe both of you are ugly, in which case y'all should be fucking anyways.
That's what Ashley was talking about right there. Huh?
Yeah.
Is that really people to feel like that? It feels like if somebody has to be ugly for men and women to have a good relationship. What do you think about that, Nadia?
I'm sorry. That clip was hilarious for a lot of reasons. I mean, he brings up a lot of good points, right? But notice that the dynamic of the friendship that he's talking about is very specific. So, and I'll use my friend, I won't say his name, but he knows who he is. I would consider him a really, really good friend. He is my best friend's boyfriend. I introduced them because I thought their personalities would be great together. And they've been in a relationship for 2 years now. So before that whole thing, him and I worked together for 4 years. I initially met him when I was working at a job when I was like 21. And then we worked together again in tech a few years after that. We've known each other for about 4.5 years. Now, when I tell you that the friendship that I had with this man was in no way like oh, I'm going to send you cute little good morning texts in the morning. The contact picture that this man has for me is so offensive. I can't remember what it is, but it's fucked up. The friendship that we have with each other, and this goes back to a very specific dynamic of friendship where you're not crossing a boundary of, oh, I might flirt with you a little bit. If I texted this man right now and I said something flirty, you'd be like, are you autistic right now? Like, what's going on? Did you fall? Do we need to call somebody? Like, or he would just not respond and then probably go throw up somewhere. I don't know. But we have a very, very specific dynamic of friendship that there's no, you know what I mean? Like, there's no question. Now, if you're in a specific friendship with a guy and as a woman, like if I know that a guy, I only see him as a friend, right? And I know that this guy has deeper feelings for me because I feel like a woman always knows when a guy kind of like, is feeling you that way. I am not going to go out of my way to always text this man. I'm not going to go out of my way to individually hang out with this man. I'm sure as shit not going to go to his house or initiate like date-like activities, because then that's just again, like you guys said, it's only a few drinks away from encouraging like, oh, maybe, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not about to A, put myself in that situation, and B, put him in that situation, especially if I value him as a friend. Maybe not a good friend, right? As close as my other friend, right? But I am not going to put myself in that type of dynamic with a guy that I know has feelings for me, extra feelings outside of a friendship. You know what I'm saying? So what Matt's saying, what the comedian dude is saying, like how he's describing a friendship is like a friendship that from the beginning had ulterior motives. Like this dude knew for a fact, right? This imaginary dude A knew for a fact that he wanted to fuck female B, right? But she didn't see him that way, or she had a boyfriend, or she was in a relationship. So it goes from the angle of, you know what, I'm just going to be her friend and I'm going to wait. And I feel like that is some shady undercover bullshit. Because if you're a man and you know that you like a woman, right? And you try to shoot your shot and she says, no, I'm okay. I don't really see you that way. Or maybe she gives a roundabout answer. The guy knows for a fact, okay, she's not digging it. And you're just trying to go like around in a circle to try to manipulate the situation. I feel like that's some garbage, immature shit. At that point, you just take the L and you dip. Why are you going to wait and play this weird long game just to like have sex with somebody? You know what I mean? Like, I understand that, the whole concept.
Pause right there, love. Pause right there.
Go ahead.
That's what you got to understand. And this is how women fall for this okie doke every single time. This is how women get Jedi mind tricked. What did I say about men? Men want sex.
That they
period.
Want it,
they want sex.
Want it.
Did I say anything? Did I say anything about relationships? Did I say anything
about
feelings?
No.
Did I say anything about feelings?
Not
did I say anything about?
But if
did I say like? Did I say anything about like? Did I say anything about like? Right. It's what I'm talking about. Right there. You got to look. You want to look at it from a man's prism. Every dude you talked about, and I don't know anybody. I got love for everybody on the panel. Just so y'all know, I ain't never met nobody on this panel in real life. Real life is the only life that counts. I don't count YouTube stuff. Although I like being up here, this don't count. This ain't real. In real life, every dude you're gonna meet, the vast majority of them, the minute they see you, they ask themselves one question: would I smash that or not? Every dude.
No, I don't know if it's maybe it's just my female. I don't know if it's my female mind. I just like I understand what you're telling me, but for some reason I have friendships in my life that it's like I know for a fact that I would never, just like Ashley said, like doesn't matter how much liquor. I don't care if this man became a billionaire tomorrow. you know, and maybe this is the way that I was brought up. You know, I was brought up to never accept anything from anybody in the event, especially a man that I was not in a relationship with. If a man is offering me something, right? If he's offering me money, if he's offering me a trip, if he's offering me food, right? Every friendship that I've had with a guy, I've always paid for my own shit. I never accept them to pay for my shit. We always, if we're all going out, I'm paying my fucking half. Don't pay for my shit, because I swear to God, I will kick your knees from the back and you're gonna fold. Like I'm not going to let you pay for my shit. So and that's you know, to make the dynamic clear. It's like I am not accepting something like this from somebody that I'm not in a relationship with or that I'm not dating.
Can I ask a question?
That sets up a unhealthy.
Yeah, let me just show some love to to Will. Like Will is a dope cat. If anybody on here who doesn't already know who Will Nicosia is and who hasn't been on the Kava Club podcast, who hasn't done the Kava Club After Dark on Saturday, or the Masculine Mind on Thursday, you're missing out. Please subscribe to this cat's show and come tomorrow. Look at the show. Go Thursday, look at the show. Saturday, look at the show. You're gonna have a good time. So I appreciate you. We all appreciate you, Will. All right, sorry. Go ahead and ask your question, DL.
So, ladies, and I'm not talking about you're not answering for you, just in your experience dealing with all the women you've dealt with in your lives. How often do women change their mind? And how major are the emotions in that decision that have changed their mind?
Well, I mean, again, I feel like it's not really a black and white answer, because number one, it's going to depend on the person. It's going to depend on the situation. So for some women, yeah, with a lot of different relationships, maybe they do change their mind often when it comes to men, right? Or men
or situations or whatever. They just
or whatever. There's, you know, people, but that's people. I know plenty of men that can't make a straight decision to save their life. You know what I mean? It's not like
when it comes to sex, my sister True. How many women changed? And then we're gonna ask this for Ashley.
When it comes to sex,
that's what we're talking about. We're talking about being friends, because from a man's point of view, it's all about sex. So, and when it comes to with women, it doesn't matter. From my point of view, it's like women are more often than not, it's a real serious possibility she might change her mind. Sister True, am I off on that? Is there a possibility that women could change their mind? And I'm going somewhere with this.
You're on mute, Miss True.
If I don't want to smash, I'm not going to want to smash later. I was going to use a different word, but no.
I'm not monetized, so say whatever the fuck you want.
If I wasn't trying to fuck you then, I ain't trying to fuck you now.
Again, that's it. Don't use yourself now. I'm talking about women that you've come across, things that you
other women that I've come across.
When it comes to like women changing their minds, especially when it comes to this kind of thing, like I would never do nothing with him. Next thing you know, smackety, smack.
Have come across, I've seen that.
Right.
I do stand in my convictions, though. I'm not one.
Again, we're not talking about you. We're not talking about you. Just talking about women that you've observed. This is the thing, right? This is the thing.
I mean, I could only truly speak for me, but I have seen what you're talking about.
So have you seen it? Sister Ash Nicole, have you ever seen this? Women changing their mind?
Well, going back to what Nadia was saying about if there's liquor involved, yes.
Yes.
If there's liquor involved, yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
So here's the thing, and the only reason I want to ask that, and this is getting back to Sister Nadia, the only reason I wanted to ask you that, or ask that of the women here, of this observation, is because men will pin all the hopes of smashing that one good time, that 0.0001% on her changing her mind. So in his head, if it go down, he's smashing. And it's done. That friendship, and it ain't gonna mess up the friendship either. We're still friends. We still hang out, because in another 15 years, you might change your mind again. That's how a man thinks. Just letting you know, not all of us, but the vast majority.
Well, it's like that comedian said, you know, like, man, he's sending no memes, no texts. then he's playing that long game. So you'd be surprised, like some of them guys, man, they'll play that super long game. But I think it's like y'all need for like y'all just innocent to a certain degree that like hurts y'all, man. I think where it's just like almost you're just like, I'm gonna ignore all the males like behaviors and stuff that he could do. And it's just like, man, it's like an innocence that y'all have that y'all just like are blind to it.
Y'all familiar with
I feel Nadia. I could feel like you really mean that. Like, I'm not going to do it. But that dude, he's like, she's texting me back. She might collapse a little bit. He's like, she could have that vulnerable moment. Some dude might break up with her. I'm going to be that shoulder to cry.
If you want to go back to the stand-up, me personally, I don't have a guy friend that I go to with any of that.
Smart.
I don't have why would I? I don't have a guy friend that I have my best friend who is a woman that I go to with that. How many women are actually, I mean, I can only speak for me again. I don't have a guy friend that I'm going to with my relationship problems. So I can't even relate to that, to be honest, because I wouldn't even do it.
There are numbers out there. They call them replacement guys, backup guys. There are numbers out there.
Men's perspective, though, I'm sorry, is better than going to a woman whenever it comes to relationships.
I mean, sure, you could ask for like an opinion, but I'm not going to go to you for my day-to-day and give you my details of my relationship to a man.
Right.
Especially an active relationship that you have. I feel like that's like, deal with the relationship that an active
if you go with
another
man, dude in
talk to your man, that your current man. Like, I would never cross that boundary.
No, feel free, ladies. Feel free to call me up.
With other women, I don't even discuss my real personal shit with other women, because if he fucks up or whatever, and then I decide to forgive him, everyone else is going to see what the fuck happened.
You're always going to forgive your partner.
Well, ladies, feel free to slide into my DMs if y'all want to come to me with any concerns. I know how to get to the airport. The whole world is in play. I'm there. Show you can want to cry on this shoulder right here. Just go on let Uncle Saint know. He did what, girl?
Hold on. Let me get some love to the chat. Shout out to my man Stan Joseph. Appreciate you coming through, brother. And then next I want to give some love to Jennifer Schultz in the place. Jennifer has been rocking with me for way back. Appreciate you so much, Jennifer. And who else we got? It was Queen is in the building. What's up, Queen? She's usually on this panel, but I'll make sure I'm gonna have her on the next one. What's up, Queen? Shout out to you. All right.
Y'all sound like these nice innocent Jedi. I am 100% Sith. So when you look at me,
join me, and together we can rule the galaxy.
Just gonna have to let me smash. That's all. That's all you gotta do. And then we're gonna take over the galaxy.
Okay. So, like I said earlier in the beginning of this show was sparked by Ashley's 4-part series on TikTok. So, Ashley, would you mind go ahead and giving a brief recap of that situation for the people who may not know what happened on that situation? So go ahead. Start any place you want to start.
Basically, I had been friends. In my eyes, we were friends for like 4 years. Okay, this man is, first of all, this was last year. So he's like 25 years older than me. Okay, so for one, he's way fucking older than me. For two, he's unattractive as fuck. I would never. And yeah, so anyways, he offered to take me on a birthday trip to the Dominican Republic. And I was like, okay, like, whatever. We were just friends. And we got there, and he actually got pissed off at me the first night because I ended up making friends with some girls at the bar. I know it sounds stupid, but he was mad at the fact that, like, I guess I wasn't giving him all of my attention. Right. So that was first red flag. We got past that, but then he started being an asshole to me the next day. And when I say like an asshole, Damien can tell you, I have the videos are on my TikTok. He was calling me every name under the sun. And I mean, he was pissed off. And basically, by the end of it, he tried to take my name off the room. Mind you, we're in the Dominican Republic. Like, it's not like we were in the United States. Luckily, because we were there, they wouldn't allow him to. But he tried to do that. He was just super ignorant to me the whole time. But like I said, prior to this, we really were just friends. Like, and honestly, yeah, I did tell him a lot. But however, I was not in a relationship with anyone. But I was talking to somebody whenever I went with him. But once we got there, and I guess I don't know, he didn't. It's not like he tried to like necessarily have sex with me. It was more so like, it was weird. It was like he thought that he was going to get all of my attention while we were there, and he didn't. So by the end of it, yeah, I ended up blocking him. We have not talked since. I will never speak to him another day in my life. And yeah, so.
I don't want to be that mad at him, babe. I mean, come on now.
Are you fucking kidding? What do you mean?
Because here's the thing. Because I'm like, look, let me say this. Let me say this. Let me
Hold on, let him get this out. Go ahead, DL. Go ahead.
Right. When he came to you and was like, let's go to you fill in the blank. I don't care if it was the next city over it. That was all day long, and you knew it. You knew it. I'm sorry, baby. You knew it. Like I said, don't be mad
if
at
I
him.
ever fucked you now, I'm not gonna fuck you in the Dominican Republic.
He don't know that. He's open at
That's
0.00001.
Older than her, he should have some kind of fucking knowledge.
Hold on. You giving way too much credit on that. And I'm a man. I'm telling you, what's happening is he's thinking he's going to put you in an experience you hadn't been before, and he's going to open your mind up to all different possibilities. You're going to be sipping on a drink with your toes in the sand, saying, this dude has done something nobody has ever done for me. Let me throw that motherfucker some.
I
agree with everything he said except for opening the eyes. He wanted to open up something else. A little bit lower than the eyes.
Well, it was all inclusive, and no amount of liquor made me want to fuck him. So,
but real talk though, you know we're having fun with this, but real talk, love. When he said
for making friends with other women,
he did.
No. Hold on. If you listen to the part, I guess there was another guy you was talking to and texting while he was in the vicinity.
That's
so he's like,
okay. She left that out.
He's like, I'm spending this money on you, and this next dude ain't doing shit for you, and you all up on you talking to him. So
there's so many guys that don't have any game, bro. And this is a guy just using this. This is his game.
He definitely did not have no game, not at all.
Here's the thing, though.
Trying to use money as game.
A lot of guys do that. If I'm this dude, you're on this trip with me, we get there, and you're bringing me women, you good. Fair exchange. We good. Thank you. Go holler at dude over here. I'm gonna take care of these girls over here. I'll see you tomorrow. High five.
He tried to pull that shit after the fact. Like
I'd have been right as soon as you brought him over there. Like that's what's up. But the thing is, it wasn't established. He was trying to holler, and I'm sorry, love. I gotta hold your feet to the fire on this one. Come on now. You knew what time it was. Come on now.
Yeah, what made you go to like Dominican Republic? I can see if he was like, let's go to Yosemite Park or some shit, but Dominican Republic.
You know what made her go.
It was free.
You talking about DR? Like, man, come on.
Yeah, if we going to Rochester, New York,
man, stop playing.
We going to Rochester, New York. Is it free? All right, let's go. Like, shoot, what kind of hotel we staying in? They got a W there.
Okay, in my defense, I was going through some shit at the time. And he took advantage of that. He knew the shit that I was going through, which is another reason why I said I will never speak to him another day in my life, because I really was going through it at that time. So I feel like he tried to play on that. He tried to take advantage, and it didn't work out in his favor. So, you know.
Hey, man, I'm always fair and love and war. It's a cold game out there. You know, he's trying to, it is what it is.
He made an investment that didn't pan out, and he got mad about it.
Exactly. And I feel like this. So, like, I'm not mad at him if that's the game he wants to play, and that's the way it's doing. I'm not mad at him doing any of that shit. I'm not going to even call him out. The calling out was his reaction. He really acted like a little a bitch ass nigga when
a bitch for sure.
He had no game. And that's just when it all panned out.
I'm bringing to the stage.
I'm gonna have to go back and look at what you.
What's up, Miss Polly?
Polly in the house.
I don't know why. I might have to go out and come back in. It sounds like I'm doubling. I don't know why.
You're good. All right. So, but let's finish it. I'm gonna let you jump in there too and give your insight, Miss Polly. But Miss Polly gonna come here and break some of y'all brains, so she's gonna start talking her shit, and y'all gonna be like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah,
All right.
that's a whole nother dimension right there, y'all.
So, but yeah, that's the thing. It was like I think that happens a lot more than we think. It's like I think a lot of women are willing to accept things from guys who proclaim to be cool with just being friends that show that their intentions are more than just a friendly one. I mean, guys will be chivalrous and they'll be kind, they'll be courteous if that's just their nature to all women. But when they really start, like, you know, resources and spending money and, you know, always making themselves available to you, then it's kind of a indicator that this person is putting in work to be more. He's trying to show you that he's different from every other dude that you've been dealing with. And when they go to that length, that's a indicator, that a strong indicator that they are trying to do more. And I think a lot of women out there will they like the attention. They want that male attention. I think a lot of women love male energy, and they're willing to accept it, and not knowing that sometimes it does come with significant strings or expectations. So
not sometimes, brother. I'm talking if he's talking to you, if he's spending time, not buying you nothing, just sitting around texting, talking, or whatever. 9 times out of 10, he's trying to get on. Now, Sister Ashley, I ain't saying you wrong. I'm not saying you wrong at all. I mean, get it. They offering it, take it. But understand, next time this happens, have your backup plan ready. You want to take my name off the room? No problem. I got another room over here. It's good. You know what I mean? But just have your backup plan ready. I mean, it's just dudes. That's how dudes move. Yeah.
Well, and the thing is, like, just to say this, I didn't put that out there as like a wah, pity me. I put that out there because, like Damien just said, this happens a lot more than people think. Like, I really put it out there because I was naive to the situation, and I know I'm not the only. You've seen many videos of girls getting flown out and they didn't give it up, and dudes putting them out and all types of shit. Like, so I really put it out there because I'm like, hey, like, don't do what I did.
You know, it's funny you said, but people, you said people. I would change that to women. Dudes get it. Day one. It's the women that just don't want to believe that the guy is trying to smash. It's bottom line. Trying to get it. And you're attractive, man. Cut that out. Cut that out, man. Stop.
What you call it? All right, go ahead, Miss Polly. I got a question for you. Can men and women be just friends and keep it real with each other?
And keep it real. That's a really difficult question. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think they're not necessarily no.
Why?
No. Because I also feel like most people who have, you know, really good friends, they're attracted to their friends, right? In some manner of a way. I'm not talking about all sexually. I'm just talking about you're attracted to your friends. So there's something about them that makes you want to hang out with them, that makes you want to be around them, that, you know, you maybe like what they do, you like, you know, who they are, you're attracted to them. So to me, it's like that line is really hard to establish sometimes, depending on who you are though. I've had problems with that. I call it the line. You know, some people don't have very good lines between friends and lovers, and it's really difficult to kind of try to have that, because like this is what I say. It's gonna be kind of funny saying, but it's true. If you are a person who I ask you, like, what's the difference between your friends and your lovers, and if you don't really, I said other than sex, if you don't really have a good question, like an answer, because they're really, maybe some people don't have one. Like, what is the real difference? And a lot of times it's like, oh, I'm gonna love on you, so you don't love your friends, you don't care about them, you don't give them gifts, if you do the same thing and it's really not a line other than sexual interaction, then you don't have a good line between your friends and your lovers, and sometimes that causes problems in relationships, because then your other person you're with can't. That's when you have like a male friend, they can't see the difference. There is no difference other than you not smashing them, and they could think you're doing that. So what is the difference? So I guess that's where you should really try to figure it out.
agree. I want to pull up something that goes on kind of line up like why some of the reasons why it might work if for men and women why it can work for men and women to of opposite sex to be friends. Let me pull up my girl Seda.
Here's my answer to the question, can men and women be friends? It depends on one thing and one thing only, your selection process. Now, if you're a man who has selected a woman who's a bit of a bimbo, she's not that considerate and caring, she doesn't offer much, then if that girl has a lot of male friends, absolutely you should be worried, because men are not going to keep in contact with a woman that adds nothing to their life simply to be friends. If you are a man who is chosen very wisely and you have found yourself a woman who is really considerate, really caring, really warm, really intelligent, old people, young people, women, men, everybody's going to want to be around her because she adds value to whoever she's with. You don't have to micromanage. But if you've chosen badly, then you need to worry not just about male friends, you need to worry about the whole relationship. It's going to fall apart. This whole like arbitrary rule, black and white rules, like she can't have male friends, this is what we do when we...
All right. Any insider thoughts about that? I'm going to go to Nadia first. What do you think about that? It's like everything that she had to say.
Well, I kind of alluded to that in the beginning, right? It's not.
That's why I called you first.
Yeah, it's not really always a clear answer between that, and how you choose your friends, you know, be it male or female, is pretty important. You know, I do agree with what she said. I think that we should base our relationships based on how they add value to our life. Not in a monetary way. I think that there's a lot more that you can gain other than money in life when it comes to your connections with people around you, friends and family and all that stuff. But again, it's how you're choosing friends and why you're choosing those people in your life as your friends. Yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. I agree with what she had to say.
What about you, Jerk?
Hell no, I don't agree with her. What she said. And I don't think it's from really the women's side, man. I think women can be a little bit more innocent, but man, I'm telling you, those friend zone guys, they play the long game. They give the worst advice. They're like, "Oh, girl, you should," you know. They start putting that bug in your head, you know, bet it a little bit, like, "Oh, he's tripping," you know, and that's what really happens. And I think that's, you know, why like guys a lot of times it's not like an insecurity, it's not a trust issue with the female. It's just that dude's around, like DL was saying, man, like they're attracted to you. Because just think what she said, like a person that's like useful to everybody, great personality. You don't think that other guy like wants to be with her if that person's that great and that valuable and shit? So like he's gonna be sitting there trying to sabotage that relationship at any moment and stuff. Like I said, betting them little things and shit. So nah, you can't.
I do have a question for you,
go ahead.
Dirk. So what if in this hypothetical scenario, right, where there is a man and a woman that are friends and they're both valuable individuals, they're, you know, developed people in terms of mentally, emotionally, blah, blah, blah. They don't have any deep-seated issues. And neither of them bring up relationship issues to the other. So there's no talk about, you know, oh my God, my boyfriend did this to me, or oh my God, my girlfriend didn't do this today. And it is just, you guys are friends. You guys talk about business. You guys talk about professional endeavors. You guys talk about, oh my God, I went to this really cool restaurant the other day. You know, it's just like a regular, because, you know, friendships aren't all about relationship issues. You know what I mean? There's more to a friendship than that. And I think Polly is right when it comes to, you know, our friendships and what the difference is between a platonic relationship and a romantic relationship, right? The big difference usually is sex. But if you can kind of determine that line of, okay, what is the difference between my relationship with this woman or this man, platonic into more romantic? So my question to you is, in essence, in this hypothetical scenario, right? And this is where I ask for the male perspective, because I can only really speak from the female perspective. If she is not bringing up any manner of relationship, you have no fucking clue what's going on in her romantic life because she doesn't bring it up to you. do you still think that in that case, he's going to try to go out of his way to sabotage your relationship if you guys are friends?
Let me answer. Let me jump in that. Then
Good
anybody
point.
else can jump in that. All right. I don't necessarily say that he's going to be strategizing to sabotage relationship, but if he sees a lot of times, if he sees an opening, he will seize it as it comes. It's not he's like, okay, she never told me anything about a relationship or what have you, so I'm gonna try to weasel my way through that avenue. He'd be like, no, that may not be something that a
So
way
you think
he's trying to get
you
on.
think he's going to find a way, is what you're saying?
Yeah, I mean, all I'm
I
saying,
have
but
a
if you
question.
if you give him the avenue into it, which is, oh my God, my relationship, this guy sucks, then he's going to rock with that, and that's going to be his modus operandi moving forward. It's just to let you know how bad that guy sucks and how different he would be from that guy in subtle ways. Like just like Matt Rife said, it could happen to where the guy would say, yeah, oh my God, I wish the guy would text me good morning. And then all of a sudden, when things are going right, I know you were having a tough time with your dude. I just want to check in on you to make sure you're doing okay. He started doing the little things and that you mentioned to him that, okay, this is the kind of thing that I like. So he'll use that avenue to try, if that's his intention. I'm not saying every guy has it.
But if it's not introduced, what I'm saying is that if that conversation, that topic, that piece is never introduced,
he'll use something else.
Then he'll always find a way, is what you mean to say.
But
if that's his intention. If that's his intention.
But I mean, to your guys's, from your guys's point, you guys say or surmise that is always the intention.
Right.
Not from my point. That's not always the intention.
So, but how many? Wait, we have 3 men on this panel, right? And we have 4 women. How many men are married? 1?
Yeah, I'm married.
You're married too. Okay. So, I think you need to break down an acquaintance or a friend.
Yeah,
right?
that's what I was about to get to.
I think you need to break down what you consider a friend and what you consider an acquaintance. I could know you for 10 years, but if I don't speak to you on a day-to-day basis, you might be a more familiar acquaintance, right? I'm not your friend. I don't talk to you about I don't talk to a lot of people about my actual real life because I think that you got to keep a lot of shit private, but that's just me. But what does everybody consider a friend versus an acquaintance in this situation? Because I think I have a lot of male acquaintances that aren't trying to sleep with me, because if they were, I think they would have shot their shot already.
It's true. How's the
Male.
I want to go after Jerk. I know Brother Jerk needs to go.
So Miss True, I agree with that. Like, man, when you're in your workforce and stuff, you're gonna talk to people. So you're gonna have those encounters, and like what Nadia was saying, it's just like, yeah, those like basic level conversations, that's fine. But just think of like, even when you frame the conversation like, oh, you're just gonna be talking about this. Guys, man, we like talking about sports, maybe fishing and stuff like that. So it's just like, I think people sometimes, I like what Miss Polly was saying. I think they try to act like they want that relationship, but there's something there where you like that person for whatever attributes they have. So I think people try to push the friendship thing, but if you honestly think about it, if you're not talking about like certain things, them conversations are not that deep to where you need to call that person off work, or whatever capacity that's outside of work and stuff. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think they could really be that great of friends in the first place, but like more like associates, what Miss True's kind of saying.
I would say this. A lot of times when we have these conversations, right? When I look at it, just the way that I look at it, I'm older. I'm in my 50s. I've done a lot. I've been a lot of places. I've done a lot of things. Not married. I'll never be married. Not legally married anyway. You know what I mean? I'll never do it. I look at it a very, very basic 0s and 1 binary type thing. Will men have sex with you? Yes. Right? 0s and 1s. Yes. Normally these conversations happen and these people escalate to these very complex relationship scenarios, If the average guy is sitting with Sister Nadia and y'all playing Uno, just a regular random dude you cool with, the very guy you said, he got this ugly picture of me, If it's you and him, remove all the societal pressures. No one knows. It's a one-off. And you initiate, right? Because women determine who gets the sexual access, right? Let's just keep it 100. Y'all playing Uno and you initiate, he more than likely, I'm talking 90-something% chance he's going to go ahead and smash Y'all gonna have fun, do the grown-up thing, come back to the table, and he's gonna throw down a yellow 6 and get right back to the game. He ain't even thinking about it no more because men are just built that way. Women, it's different. Y'all have more on the line. If that little innocent encounter, ends with you having a little baby in your belly, there's a whole lot that you got to be thinking about. Is a whole lot, and this is why we're built the way we're built, in my opinion. So zeros and ones, are guys willing and able to have sex with you? Yes. Can guys be your friend? Yes. Right now we get into that conversation when dudes who know what they're doing and have had sexual access. You got two brothers on the panel right now, married, cool guys, handsome fellas, worldly, they know how it works. They're not trying to mess up the situation with their wives. Too much work, too much, built into that. They didn't work too hard to have what they having. They ain't gonna mess it up over a little fling. They're not gonna do it. But those guys who don't get that kind of access, those dudes are at the bottom. Yes, if they get an opportunity, hell yes, they're gonna try to rock up in there. You know what I mean? Sister Polly and Sister True and Sister Nadia and Sister Ashley who had to bounce. Yeah, it's going down if they get the chance. So I would say just understand that, ladies. All the rest of that stuff sounds good and looks good or whatever, but just understand that dude, 9 times out of 10, you're gonna want to go ahead and rock that out. Just gonna want to do it.
All right. Any ladies got anything to respond to that?
No, you know what? I accept that as an answer. I accept that this is that men and women fundamentally will always think differently when it comes to sex. It could come down to biology. It could come down to self-control. The people have a whole bunch of different reasons as to why they believe men and women can't, cohabitate either as friends without any sex or after sex is involved. There's a whole bunch of talk as to why they believe that is. And at the end of the day, I'm going to go up the path of least resistance and just be like, all right, fine, that's cool. And then leave it at that. If that's the way it is, and I think that this all goes down to the fact that men and women we think differently. We process things differently. We want different things out of, people. Men and women. So men are going to want different things from each other, from women. It's always going to be different. And the way that you guys process things it stresses me out. the way men process shit, it's just, I'm like, but why?
Shut up, Poppy Blanco, real quick. Go ahead.
Because we're logic based. We done seen it happen before. So also, I would just say to you, Nadia, but sorry, Miss Polly, I'll kick it right to you. But guys do also take that in consideration. Is say you like a certain prototype of guys, they're gonna look at that, and if you have like male friends, they might just move on past that. So that's the other danger of like having friends and stuff, because guys gonna be like, I ain't even dealing with that because I know how that's gonna end up, and I'm not trying to come in there and be like, oh, you can't have no friends and stuff. So they might just move past that. So that's the flip side of it also.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Miss Polly.
Okay. No, but I was gonna say about sorry, I am so sorry, DL. But you're talking about that situation where it's like if you're single, that does change everything. I think the fact that most people are monogamous is different. It's a different experience because those men who are single, who are looking for someone and maybe haven't had anyone or don't have sexual access to anyone, it's a different mindset for them. They're on the hunt. It's like you're asking someone who's hungry if they saw a rabbit run by, would they not go get it? And they're a hunter. They're going to get it. You know what I'm saying? And now maybe the bunny doesn't look that great, but hey, I'll take it anyway. It's food. That's how they view it. And that's just what it is. But like it's a little bit different too. Even in obviously I'll bring the polygon stuff into it. I've noticed, and I've even asked my partners after they kind of got into the situation too, is that when you have that access that you're able to, it calms everything a little bit. And that's where I see more men, women kind of having these kind of friendships that are, like you said, they're platonic. I see more platonic relationships in poly than anywhere else because it's not like, oh my gosh, like this might be my only chance to get this person, or I have to, jump on this. There's no urgency anymore. The urgency is gone. They're not starving anymore. Now they can make better decisions, and now they can prioritize what's important to them when they pick someone. Because now, okay, I might get 2 or 3 people, but I can pick. I can take the time, relax. It's not a big deal.
But sis, zeros and ones. Even that guy who was out looking for ones, he finds the woman. He finds the woman that he wants, the girl of his dreams. If another woman comes along and she's like, you can have this, more than likely he's going to take it. I mean, it's just a matter, especially if like no one's going to know, they don't even know each other's names, it's strange or whatever. This is why women are the guardian of sexual access. I know so many old dudes, like thank goodness I don't look my age. You know what I mean? I feel it. You know what I mean? Got a lot of miles on this frame. I did a lot. I'm hurting. But I go out and I see these dudes my age, you know what I mean, a little bit older, been with their wives for 20-something years, you know what I mean, raised the kids and everything. And these dudes are getting an opportunity. They pulling up at the, you name the restaurant, and the girl in the drive-thru flirting, talking about you can get this. He getting her phone number and everything. Why? He ain't got to be starving to do that. You ain't got to be starving to get some ice cream. You ain't got to be starving to go out here and get your little cotton candy. He's still gonna go out there and get it, baby. Zeros and ones. It's very rare to have a guy who's gonna forego all that for the woman that he has. Does it happen? It does happen. It does happen, but it's not. I'm just saying that if given the opportunity, zeros and ones, given the opportunity, that guy's gonna smash.
But why would you? That's what I'm saying. If you're single, single and monogamous, if you're married and you're poly, no one cares.
No, I'm talking about a married monogamous.
But if you're married and you're married and you're not poly, though,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, you're gonna have the opportunity.
I was talking about a married monogamous guy who came across an opportunity to knock one down, and he ain't gonna get caught. He's probably going to do it. I'm talking about that.
I don't agree. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that.
Yeah. I mean, I have a question for you.
He gonna get caught.
I have a question for you. So, what percentage of men that are married and monogamous do you believe, if they were given the opportunity, or they had that little special, like, get out of jail free card where they could pull up on somebody and not get caught or destroy their relationship, what percentage of married monogamous men do you think would take that opportunity?
At least 85%, if not more.
Oh, hell no. Hell no.
85%. But see, why are you even getting married? Why are you locking it down if you want to go fucking play the field? Why are you even putting yourself in that situation?
I mean, this is where I
just don't understand. What, men have no willpower?
Yeah, I mean, if from your perspective,
I think that number's lower. I'll say.
Yeah, from Saint's perspective, because he said he'd never get married, right? We have 2 married men and then one that's unmarried, and that says you never get married, right?
That's because of the laws. That's not because of marriage. It's because of the laws that govern marriage. That's all.
So why do you think, in your opinion, Saint, why do you think that men get married if the prospect of cheating is so high? Because there's a lot of people in the world. Tinder is a thing. OnlyFans is a thing. Everybody's trying to, I know some perpetrating ass women that will only want to go after a man because he's married. And I think that's fucking garbage. I don't claim that. And I think that's garbage. But I mean, why do you think, in your opinion, right? Because
I think trash people are trash people, period. But why would you want to marry somebody and then fuck that off? If that's not your situation, like Miss Polly, if that's not your situation, why bother putting yourself in that situation, right?
Remember,
the benefits.
Fuck off every day.
But remember,
the benefits of being with someone greater.
Hold on. Remember the scenario. We're talking about the guy who can do it and get away.
The benefits, yeah.
What is the benefit of that? To me, that is not a benefit.
I don't know. What I'm saying is the benefit. You're saying, why would someone take the time and pursue one person, get married to them, and commit to something, and then just throw it away? And I'm saying because he benefits from being with another person. He benefits.
So it's not the fact that he wants to be with them. It's a monetary solution, or it's something beneficial. It's not an actual true life. I want to marry you and I want to be with you for the rest of my life.
He does, but he's getting benefits from it.
Let me jump in there real quick. The reason why I feel like I disagree strongly with that is because there's no free lunches. Everybody said, "Oh, if you had the possibility of not getting caught, everything." There's no man who cheats on his wife and thinks I'm never going to get caught. Realistically, they think it's just one thing in their mind. They think it's possible that I could get caught, and then they're doing all kinds of tricks and things, and they're like, the wife look at them funny one way. They're like, does she know? And I mean, it's just who wants to live under that kind of like guilt and what have you? Don't get me wrong. I know there's some dudes who have zero guilt about it, but I think a good man is going to have some form of guilt that's probably going to eat at him a little bit, and because he knows he's going to lose if he gets caught. Even if, like I said, he's either going to lose his wife or he going to lose
half
the kind of wife he had. Not
he's
half
gonna
his
lose
stuff.
half his stuff. He's gonna lose his kids. And that's why most guys don't do it.
Well, I feel
Or
like
if he
somebody that
stays.
cheats, they lose everything. They lose the person that they're fucking with. They lose the person that they're in a relationship with, and they lose their family. They lose everything. People that cheat,
Unless the
usually
person they're
lose
fucking
everything.
with is trash too.
And then that person that they
And
cheat
then
with,
they end up
ends
losing each other for the same reason.
Yeah, the person that they cheat with ends up taking the rest of their shit that the partner didn't take.
But again,
I just
it all
don't
boils
understand
down-
the drama. Like, why even
Yeah,
put yourself
it
in
ain't.
that situation?
I don't even know how people have the
I would
emotional
never get
bandwidth to
married.
like talk to multiple people like that, man. I don't see how they got
I don't
that.
have the energy to talk to one person almost, let alone more than one.
Brother Jerk and
I
Brother
don't
Damon.
have the energy for that.
I would say these brothers fit into that very small minority of guys who won't do it. And the reason I say that is because of y'all history. Y'all had game. It ain't nothing new to y'all. Right? You'd have quote unquote soiled your oats. You know what's up long ago. Right? Long ago. Now the average dude can't say that. The average dude finally gets to a point where women see him. Right? Even Sister Nadia brought it up. There are women out there who only go after dudes wearing rings. I know dudes who are single and they wear rings when they go out. Right? Because there are women out there, married women, a lot of them. Most of these women are in relationships. They only mess with dudes in relationships. It's a whole bunch of reasons as to why.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
'cause they got the same amount to lose, and people,
It's still doing it though. That's my whole.
Yeah.
My point is,
Yeah.
and because the reason I'm so adamant, I'm drilling down on this is because one of my homeboys, guys served him in the union with. We jumped together. We've been, we're brothers at this point. We talk about this all the time. Everywhere he goes, women hit on him. 6'4". I think he's down to 245 or something like that. Always been a stud alpha dude, hardcore. The guy was Ranger, scrolled out. You know what I mean? We were both airborne, like we're just all kind of stuff. This guy's like a man's man, hooping all that. But he married the woman he wanted to marry. All these other women to him are invincible. And when we go out, his wife knows it. We go out, every woman, it seems like 1 out of 3 women are hitting on him. And you mean to tell me if he didn't want to smash, that he couldn't stop it? He could, but he doesn't want to. Now, the average dude, these other dudes would love the opportunity to have all these multiple women, and a lot of guys do it. That's why I'll say that 85% number. That's why I'm there with that. I've seen not only is it anecdotal, but go get the documentation. Now, as to who leaves when they get caught, I think a lot of that has to do with just how much money the guy has, how much status he has, right? Look at Jay-Z and Beyonce. She ain't budged. You know what I mean? You think Jay-Z ain't out there still doing this thing? Of course he is. But let your boy Todd over here, the assistant manager
She got
at
money
Target,
too,
mess
though.
up.
That's not a.
But she didn't leave. Yeah, she got the money. But, there's
But
only
they
one
have a
Jay-Z.
family, and
Nah, it's just-
not that I agree with that, but she has money too. So money
What
ain't
other-
money
what
ain't the
other-
issue. Because
it's
if you
not
don't
issue.
try to impress me with the car, it better be a fucking food truck.
But baby,
I don't
what
give a shit.
other
You better have
billionaire-
fucking tacos in that truck.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm
though? But
hungry.
What other billionaire can she get? Jay-Z could go out and get a
She
legion of
doesn't
beautiful
need
women.
another billionaire. She is a billionaire on her own. I think the only reason she stayed with him is because they had children and they wanted to be together.
DL, hold on a second. DL, you willing to tell me if Beyonce left Jay-Z
She is-
tomorrow, there's not a Saudi or a German or a Swedish billionaire that would
German,
You think is Beyonce gonna go below Jay-Z or is she gonna go above Jay-Z in status?
She could go way above. Look at Eve.
Oh, okay. Now think about that, sis. How far above Jay-Z can you go?
Way further.
Thanos went royalty.
Way further.
Or are we are we talking monetarily, or are we talking
They-
about like,
We talking
I'm
monetarily.
the because monetarily, she could do whatever she wants on her own, no matter what. She doesn't need anybody's paycheck to support her shit.
Oh, yeah.
So I think the only reason why she forgave that shit is because she has a family and she wanted to keep it together. There is not any monetary reason for any of that.
I want to ask you guys something. I want to move on to something else. I want to ask this part. Unless somebody has something to say related to that, we can book in. We can close that off. All right.
Real quick, Dame. But just to close out this last topic, I would just say that's why it's important not to have like them friends or them temptations. You know, like I know me and Dame rock the same way where, you know, we talk about like values, discipline and all that stuff. But that's why, you know, I push hard. Like, nah, you don't need them friends, work associates. That's cool. But leave that shit alone. Like, stay within your limitations. Don't have them friends and stuff. You don't even want that perception where you could even, you know, be perceived that you're doing stuff. So that's why I say you should maneuver like that. You know, if you are in a committed relationship.
My buddy says the same thing. He's like, the secret to their success is everything stays in the house. They never go to bed mad at each other. They always hold hands. They got little things that they do. And I've been fortunate enough to watch their entire relationship from start to where it is now. I saw the whole thing. And that's and it's like no one knows what's going on in their house. So many people run out and want to tell the family business to everybody else, and you got all these problems. They keep it net tight. Their unit is tight. They raised two wonderful young boys who are grown, successful men now, doing great. I look at them like that's the shining example, but it's really hard to get there. And that's why I use that 85% number.
Okay. I want to ask you the panel a question and start off with you, Jerk. What are the benefits of having somebody, a close friend that's of the opposite sex? Do you see any? Because people want to talk about the drawbacks, but what are some of the benefits of having somebody that's a close friend of the opposite sex?
Yeah, I think if you have like a work friend, then I mean, I do think like women bring a lot of value as far as like they got a sense of like loyalty and trust. Yeah,
what is that?
Somebody got an echo.
What is happening here? Oh, okay. Everybody good?
Dame, can you?
I can hear you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we good now. But no, I was just gonna say, like, definitely, man, there's that dedication. I say women operate in a high manner of like observing people, knowing how to like pick out things socially. So I think definitely from like them work type relationships, I see a lot of value from that. But as far as like friendship, nah, I don't go in that territory, man. I don't cross that line.
That's scary.
What about you, Dio?
I don't see the need. If you're in a committed relationship, and this is all just theory, because I ain't been married, I ain't trying to get married, but I've been in a couple of serious relationships. When I'm with someone, the first thing I do is I get rid of all the other women. Like if I'm running a rotation and I meet someone, okay, this is a woman I want to be with, I get rid of all the other women I'm dealing with. That's the first thing. And just in case anybody gets mad, all the women know about each other. First of all, this is the way I do it. Everybody know about each other. I get rid of everybody. I'm done. I'm gonna focus on this woman. And this is the only woman I want to be with. And we're gonna, I'm watching her and she's watching me, and we're vetting one another, and hopefully we can make it through the vetting process. And once we do, we get to the other side. And you know what? Why do we need any other outside influences? Now, of course, you're gonna have your associates and whatever. We're not gonna, be walking around in these autonomous bubbles, not interacting with anybody else. Of course, we're not gonna be doing that. But if the woman that I want to be with is more interested in going to hang out with one of her dudes or her girls, and she wants to spend more time with them than with me, then maybe this isn't the woman I want to be with.
All right. What about you, Nick?
What was the?
I
got cut off there for a second.
It's all good. Are there benefits to having a friend of the opposite sex?
Absolutely. I mean,
Like
there's
what?
benefit to having a friend with anybody who's your friend.
But
I
it's
mean,
one specific to the fact that they're the
More
opposite sex.
specifically, a man.
Yeah.
No. Okay, so I am a different person, I think, than most, but no, because anything I want to do for myself, I'm going to do. I'm not going to seek anyone else out because I also don't want anyone else to think they're going to expect anything from me.
That's a good point.
But I mean, but that's just me because typically in my travels, if you want to call it that, men do want something out of a friendship, but I don't. If you are a true friend, I don't think that male or female that it's gonna benefit me in any kind of different way.
Okay.
Because I'm not gonna put myself in a situation that you think that I owe you something now.
All right. How about you, Miss Polly?
I think it's a benefit. It can be a benefit sometimes. Depending if you're not always girly, which I'm not really. So, talking to people about anime and things like that. And yeah, there's girls who like anime. But, I was raised around, going to play football with guys and stuff. So I'm more tomboyish in my nature. So when, we talk about, I watch horror films and stuff, I don't really watch drama. So it's kind of harder to relate. So it is nice to have someone who I can talk to about those things. But even in those situations, I still know there's alternative motives regardless. So that's why you just have your boundaries of how far you go. I have friends who are guys, yes, but I know they push boundaries, and I just remind them if they do. That's basically what it is. Not like mean, but you just remind them nicely. I was like, hey, we had that conversation already, but not on that level with you. And that's it, he's
bro. What about you, Nadia?
I both love and hate this topic of conversation because I feel like there's so many different circumstances, but for me, I feel as an adult woman out in the world who's attracted to men, I feel like the benefits of having male friends are for male specific situations where women aren't really heard. So, if you're out with a mixed group of friends and you have your male friends too, and some man that you don't know comes up to you and tries to grab you and there's an altercation, you have your male friends there, right? So I see a benefit of having a masculine strength and friendship there, right? I see the benefit in male friendship there. When I was younger and I had male friends, because I was kind of like the son that my dad never had because he always played video games with me. So I grew up playing video games with my dad, and then I started playing video games in middle school and high school, and then that's how I made, the group of male friends that I've had for a while. And, to Polly's point, and, when it comes to the way your male relationships evolve and as you become when you turn from a girl to a woman, there's specific boundaries that you cultivate with your male friends. And there's a lot of things that I would not, discuss or do as an adult woman with a male friend, right? Because again, it would cross that boundary. So I feel like to keep on topic, I do feel that there's benefit to having a male friend. And it's usually in, where you kind of need that masculine energy around where your female friends wouldn't really be able to have that same impact.
Okay.
Can I say it's fair that, they're also really great for carrying things?
They can reach stuff on the high shelf.
They can reach
stuff on the high shelf.
All right.
Yeah.
You ever try to get in the bed of a truck? It's very hard. I need help. So I'm down with any day. I need help. I'm not gonna lie to you. A little bit. Small people need help too. It doesn't help us.
How tall are you? Because I'm 5'3" and I think I can carry the world. I will break my own back.
I gotta be the big kid. I gotta help you. I'm 5'6". I gotta help you now. I need help too.
I'm 5'3" and I think I can fight any other man. I can carry anything on my own.
We need help.
Yeah, all right, then men, she letting you know, don't be her friend because she's gonna think she can fight men.
I can't.
She's gonna have to sit on my shoulders, and we're gonna have to become a whole man at 6'4" or something. Because
let's go.
Go ahead.
I have to form Voltron.
I have actual training notes here.
If I ever have to fight a man, I would not fight fair. That's all I'm saying.
Hell no.
Because I don't have that man strength. I already know. I just take one smack and I'm done.
Hey, real talk, ladies, don't try to fight men.
No.
Please don't.
Why not?
Please don't.
Yeah, I would no. I mean, but I've had to defend myself in situations.
Well, there's
Like,
a difference between that. There's a difference between
Yeah.
yourself and
yeah. I'm
giving
not
a
gonna
man
fight
space.
you if you're in a relationship with me. We're just gonna not.
I tell women all the time, like, please don't, and they're like, well, why shouldn't I? I'm like,
Because I mean, because you wouldn't want to like damage the male ego.
or my thing is, you might run across that. You might run across that one guy who's gonna swing at you like a man, and that's scary. He's gonna fight you like a man, and that is something to be very, very, very afraid of. Don't play with that.
Yeah, no, that man strength is kind of scary.
100%. At the same time, I'm still gonna defend myself, but I'm not gonna fight
100%.
anybody I'm in a relationship.
Yeah, defend yourself. Absolutely.
Because if it comes to that, then we shouldn't be in a relationship together to begin with.
Yeah,
But
don't initiate or instigate anything with a man.
no, yeah, I'm like
What
a
about
spider
you?
monkey.
What about you, DL? What you got to say?
I mean, listen, men and women can be friends. Like, this is stay on the original topic, right? Men and women can be friends, but just understand, ladies, dudes want to smash. Bottom line, right? And guess what? They can't smash unless women invite them in. Women control sex, and men tend to control relationships. So it's funny how science works, right? If we call it God, call it science, call it universe, or whatever. That's just how things seem to work, and it's working pretty good, But again, Sister Nadia, like I said, if you sitting there with some dude and y'all playing Uno, and you say, "Hey, you want smash this real quick," or Sister True, or Sister, Paula, y'all say you want smash this real quick, he gonna jump up, y'all gonna do it real quick, and he's gonna sit down, he's gonna draw that wild draw 4, call Uno, win the game. Like, he won the game, got the hit and win. I'm out of here.
All right. Okay.
Hey, Dave, could I ask a quick question real quick that relates to this, to everybody? So, you know how Dame asks is like, what would be the benefits? Who do you think gains the most benefit out of both genders by having the opposite?
Platonic friends.
Yeah, platonic friends. Which gender?
Jerk, you said that the benefit from a professional perspective was what again? I forgot your answer.
Yeah, it was just I said it from a professional perspective because I was like, yeah, I don't see no benefit, as far as like having friends outside because being married, I just wouldn't go there. So
yeah, but
Yeah.
what were the reasons though that you said professionally that would be good to have a female friend? I forgot the specific reasons that you listed.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was just saying like I say females are very socially calibrated, so they know how to like read rooms and stuff. So, going to them and be like, hey, what did you get the vibe out of this? I think you guys are real good at like breaking those like rooms down, people's behaviors and stuff. So I'll say that would be the major one.
I'm gonna have to jump in real quick, y'all. So because we've been talking a lot of theory in this. Now it's time for a little practice. I got a special guest that's about to come up, what have you. I want to introduce everybody to a very special lady. Everybody give it up to my girl, Shab. How you doing?
Hey,
why are you here, Shab?
Good evening. Yeah, you tell me.
Who are you?
I think I'm here to talk about the years of friendship that we've had, the platonic friendship that we've had over the last, I'm going to age us, but I think about 30 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This has been my very good female platonic friend for 30 years. So, so this is where people can ask questions of both of us or what have you, if you want to know, and see if I'm really talking what I'm living, what I'm talking, or if I'm full of shit. This person has known me for 30 years. How did we meet, Shab?
Do you really want me to say it?
Tell the truth.
Absolutely.
All right. Yeah. So, I was 15. Dane was 17. He was working at McDonald's at the time. And I had a friend that was also working. We were in high school and I thought he was cute. And, we kind of exchanged numbers. We were hanging out, we were dating, whatever, like not really, but we were super young and very soon, like we just very quickly, that turned into I think, we were talking for a year, like just chatting on the phone, and every now and then we'd like hang out. It wasn't anything serious, and we became really good friends. And then we kind of lost contact for a few years in between. Dame went, joined a Navy, Army, I forget.
Air Force.
Yeah, and he played a practical joke. He called
Boy
me out the
Scouts.
blue one day. He called me back out the blue one year, and it was like, it had been years I hadn't heard from him, and I was super excited. I was like, oh my God. I was like, what's going on? He's like, yeah, you know. And he played a practical joke. He's like, you know, yeah, you know, he said he was coming out, and I was like, what? And he's like, I'm just kidding. Anyway. And very like we just picked up. I don't know if you remember that, but
I remember.
Holy shit, like, yeah. And so, but no, and then you know, ever since then, I remember you mentioning, you know, at the time you had gotten married for a short period of time, had got divorced, and then you know went on to date your current wife, who you know indirectly I had been friends with, and anyway, and yeah, we've been really good friends. Like Damien's, you know, he's like family to me, you know, my whole family knows him and has been around, and it's always the person for me to go to for advice. And even when he was dating, like we talked about, you know, the women he was dating and like all of the different ups and downs and issues and fun stuff, bad stuff, all of it. So yeah, we've been dating. I mean, we've been friends for a long time, and it's always been platonic, like since, you know, we, you know, got into our adult years, like there hasn't ever been anything. And I'm good friends with his wife now. And I think she, like as a woman, you always know if your husband has a woman that he's friends with, and there's something, you always feel it. And I think she's always known that we've been good friends. Like I adore her. I think she's such an amazing woman. And we have mutual friends and have been friends ever since. So yeah.
Yeah. So this is, I kind of want to bring you on because I want to kind of just go over some of the things that come up on this and other panels and stuff like that. Is I want to discuss, you know, about men and women being friends or what have you. It's like, do you feel like, I feel like we are both attractive people. One of us has to be ugly for men, and one of us have to be ugly for us to be friends. Can men and women both be attractive people and have a platonic, non-sexual friendship?
I think the age goes into it, though. You guys have known each other since you were kids, so that's like family.
No. I'm what you call it? I was out and we met. It was with the intention of maybe dating each other, you know, what have you. But it just like circumstances or whatever came up. I think I was dating some older chick or whatever. I was kind of like, it was you and some, like, I was 17 and some 21-year-old chick that I was kind of messing with or whatever. And then I was like, yeah, I'm gonna kick it with the 21-year-old chick because, you know, and then, you know, and then you met a guy and you got yourself a boyfriend and stuff like that. And we kind of just, and it never, everything after that, nothing ever like progressed or anything like that. But I think what happened is over time was like, I really start to value her insight and her friendship because, you know, there's certain people, just to kind of piggyback off what Saida Khan said, if the person, everybody loves Shab, everybody knows she's smart and insightful and she has a really giving nature or what have you. She's one of the people, I could pull up any event that was significant in my life and she's right there. You know, she gave a speech at my wedding, you know, kind of situation. So it's just one of those things where, you know, I found so much more value over and above what she got from me physically, you know, and I think that's what's character. It's just one of those things. And if people ask if the opportunity ever came or what have you, before I was married and stuff like that, there's been many times where it's been me and her, we've been drinking, we've been partying and stuff and hanging out and stuff like that. And it's not because I think we really do value what the other person brings. We really do have something that needs something from other than that. We need the person to be able to call and be like, okay, you know, hey, you know, and like she'll tell you.
That doesn't give you the definition of family though, because you guys are kids, 14, 15, 16, that's kids. And you are still
you was out there making French fries and shit, you know, when y'all was
but that you get into you grow from a friend category into I feel like that's a whole different level, because I have men that are friends that I've known since high school, and I wouldn't even, they're like That's not. I wouldn't even say it as a friend. That's.
I agree. I totally agree with that. But also,
that's a cousin.
The point is, like, we were also friends at 20. Like at 20, you can make those. You know what I mean? We we can look back on it now in hindsight. We were kids, but during the time we were kids, or when we were in our 20s, this all could have happened too.
Even 20s as kids, though. I mean,
we maintain, like, 20s is kind of the time where those lines can get blurred, but we maintain that friendship throughout the years.
And you didn't.
No, we did.
Right.
After
so
our initial.
No, but I mean, you didn't go there. You didn't cross that line. So if you guys have never ever crossed that line, to me at that point, and you've known each other that many years, yes, maybe it could have happened, but at that point, I think that it's even beyond a friendship. I think I, as an only child, I believe that, because sometimes you have to choose your family, right? So even if you guys never, even if the opportunity was there, but you never did, and you still maintain that friendship, I feel like it just kind of goes past that.
I think our friendship when we met as kids, but our friendship developed at 20 years
and it developed into that.
Well, we met in our 20s.
Yeah, we met. I'm like, we really, yeah.
We were adults at that point, you know.
Yeah, exactly, and we were doing what we were doing. And
but you had
she would tell you
knew each other.
She would tell you, no, I didn't find value in her when she was 15 and I was 17. You know, only value I knew is her parents owned a donut shop and she would give me free donuts.
Hell yeah!
You know, but I think.
But I mean,
but do you see what I'm saying though too? That's why you guys remained the way you are to this day, because it developed into something more than just friendship. At that point, it's developed into something that's more than just a friend.
Yeah,
like
you guys are like cousins now and shit. You know?
Exactly.
Now, I feel like now, but also I've had other friends in the same age group that we were friends, and it was always awkward. It was like, he's hitting on, you know, like guys kind of tend to continue to try, you know, they're persistent. Like, and I feel like with Dane, we was like, you know, I don't know what he was really thinking and whatever, but he was very respectful of it. And I think we always kept our boundaries. And I can't say that necessarily for a lot.
And I'm going to tell you what I was thinking, and then we'll go to Miss Polly because she has a question. It's like, somebody, because Shab will tell you, I was kind of out there and I was kind of a piece of shit when it came to like women. I wasn't like the most, yeah. So I needed somebody on this planet to not think I was a piece of shit. You know, and she didn't think I was a piece of shit. So I said, if I, you know, wasn't disrespectful and I didn't try to hit on her, and I was like, you know what, I had this, at least one person. If I was in a room full of women and 50, not 49 or 50 women, and Shab was one of them, 49 of them probably think I'm a piece of shit, but this one person didn't think I was a piece of shit because I never was a piece of shit to her. You know, so that's what it was.
Because maybe like, you showed your true colors to her, and that's why you guys are family to this day.
Yeah,
so would you say that's enabled your bad behavior then to a certain degree? No, I'm just messing around.
No, she didn't enable. She what's called it because like she basically would tell me like you know, she was like, dude, like what the fuck are you doing? You know, kind of situation. It was just like, but it was one of those things she knew I was gonna do what was, and I was more focused on selfish shit. So it was just like, you know, instead of I wasn't thinking on anything long term, and when I decided I wanted something more significant and wanted to make the changes necessary to be like a husband and like get a wife and find a person, her insights were invaluable to me as far as what, you know, something that might be beneficial that might help me be more attractive to a potential wife as opposed to a chick I just want to smash. Like, you know, so go ahead, Miss Polly. I know you had a question.
Okay. It's kind of a question and a statement at the same time.
Go ahead.
Do you think, because like you said, you guys separated, and I think this happens, but I was asking, do you think the reason why when you re-met when you were 20, and you said you're a piece of shit and all this great stuff, right? Do you think at that point, when you're watching someone, because your intentions, whatever, if your way or her way, whatever, you disqualify them as an actual partner that you would ever have in your life. So now that all they are is a person who knows you well enough to then redirect you to who you maybe should be so you can find a better partner, but you've already disqualified them.
I'm telling you.
You get what I'm trying to say?
No,
okay, so if you guys are friends, and she sees you again, you guys meet up again, hey, cool, everything's cool stuff, right? You guys are saying, oh, hey, whatever, or whatever. But at that point, she kind of knows your behavior. She sees how you move, and even maybe you, and you guys disqualify that person as a person that you would actually be with in your life. You don't see them as a lover. They're no longer qualifying in that. But they know you. They're kind of cool. You hang out with them sometimes. And that just progressed on, and that moved you into a family zone area. But the real reason why you guys didn't move any further is because you disqualify each other in the first place.
Yeah, I think it was like, I felt like for the most part, the value I was getting, like she saw I could do better and I could be better than the shit that I was getting into in the life that I was in. And she was one of those people who like was a proponent of me doing better because I guess she saw the potential in me at a young age, and she was like, "You kind of wasted a lot of potential doing the dumb shit that you are," you know. So go ahead, Shab.
Sorry. And yes, I don't disagree with what you're saying. I totally see your point, but I think for our situation, and it may be a very unique situation, obviously, there was a period like this could have turned, we reconnected, and obviously, I had been attracted to Damien, like, he's a good looking guy, he's a nice guy, he's, I didn't think of him as a piece of shit. I mean, he's saying that now. I've never thought of you as a piece of shit. That's how, you were doing what you were doing, and that's what you identify with. But there was a time this could have been, but I think we just found more value in being friends, and it just, it just turned into what it is now. And I can't say I've had that with a lot of other people. And
right.
I do have other guy friends, but just for us, this is what worked.
Yeah. If it's too personal, I have a question. When did you know it wasn't going to be, I'm attracted to you anymore?
It's been so long. I honestly don't know. I just know that there was always this feeling of, it felt comfortable. It was kind of, I was just like, I think he's attracted to me. I think there was this initial attraction, but it just, I don't know. We just transformed into a friendship. Like it just felt like it was easier. Like it was just like, at that point, I think we reconnected, and I was just like, I've known him and we're friends again. And we hung out a few times, and there was like maybe something there, whatnot, but it just made more sense for us to be friends. As young as we were, and he was dealing with what he was dealing with. I don't know. Maybe if I had given you more signals, I don't know, Dame, but I don't want to put it on you, but maybe I can't say that it's just an example of like, there are unique situations between men and women. And also like, I think a lot of partners are not comfortable with their significant other having a really close friend of the opposite sex, but in our situation, it's worked and it's proven to work, but it could be a rarity.
Yeah, it's definitely rare.
You want to say something,
but,
Nadia?
Dame, can I ask you a question?
Oh, yeah. Go ahead, and then Nadia.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that, Nadia.
No, you're
good. Dame, what did you pretty much like just saw like she was just real genuine and stuff like that, and that's why you kind of like stepped away from it? That's what it seems like. You
like
sistered her.
Like I said before, it was just like, it was one of those things. I was in the club scene and the party scene. The cats I used to hang out with. It wasn't the highest grade or caliber of men on the planet, and it was just like everything I was fake and bullshit. And she was somebody that was like always her and always real. She never tried to put on some kind of bullshit. And it was kind of cool to have a conversation, because I could like have a conversation with somebody who wasn't on some game shit. And I wanted to like, when you hang out with pimps and hoes, it's all game shit, And then so it's just like, so you with somebody who was just a really solid person. It was a good person, and then I hadn't had a lot of good people in my square. So I was like, I knew that if we go any place else, it would be over, and then I would be all bullshit around me, and nobody real and significant, nobody who could be significant and be real and have a long term value to me if I fucked it up, because that's what I did. I would, smash and then like act like, I lost your phone number kind of shit. And I didn't, and she had more value to me than that. So go ahead.
That's not an asshole. That's not asshole, baby. That's Thursday. But anyway.
I'm sorry.
That's Thursday. That's not an asshole.
Thursday.
That's just Thursday.
Oh, I thought you said I'm thirsty. Oh, that's nice. But yeah, it's just like, but I needed somebody. It's always good when you have somebody who don't look at you as a piece of shit walking around. So you can go and be
that
like,
makes sense now.
That's
I
a
agree
good
now.
guy. You know, and go ahead, Nadia, what you have to say.
I mean, I feel like nobody, because there's always like that argument brought to the table of like, oh, one of you has to be ugly, right? I mean, nobody really talks about how it's possible to identify that somebody's attractive but not be attracted to them for one reason or another. You know, like I can identify, you know, that a man is handsome, right? Like he's not ugly. He's, you know, I can identify that he's not ugly. It's just that I'm not attracted to you. And that's usually, and that has been the case with male friends that I've had. Like they can identify, okay, I think that Nadia is pretty. It's just that no. And I respect that. Now I have had a lot of acquaintances or male friends that have tried to kind of like slide into like the friendship role to, you know, try the side angle, right? And waiting for that opening, right? And it's like, it's something that I feel like anybody can sniff out, that kind of dishonesty. And whether you want to admit it or not, you usually know one way or another if somebody's trying to suss you out in that way. You know what I mean? Like you just kind of like, I've always known
alternative motives.
I can always recognize an ulterior motive. I can always recognize an ulterior motive. Now, whether or not I go through with that, I mean, it comes to accountability, right? You have to remain accountable for everything that you do. So if you are aware, for the most part, if you're aware that a man has deeper feelings for you, or not even feelings, he just wants to fuck you, right? And you are deliberately putting yourself in a position to, oh, like, why don't you come over and, you know, we can hang out and we can play card, we can play Uno, we can have a few drinks, right? And, you know, you put yourself in that situation.
You're inviting it.
Then you're at that point, you're inviting that scenario. But like in what I mentioned before, when there's specific boundaries that I hold to with my male friends, I am not inviting any male friends into my bedroom. You know what I mean? I'm not inviting my male friends out to typically a one-on-one dinner. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like if I want a man's shoulder to cry on, my dad will listen to me and tell me I'm a dumbass like 6 days out of the week. He's like, well, you're dumb, right? So if I really want a man's shoulder to cry on, I have my dad. I don't cry on the shoulders of my male friends. Do some of my really close male friends know some of my stuff? Yeah. But usually it's in a group chat setting with my other female friends. And, you know, a lot of them are married or in a relationship already. And they're just like, oh, Nadia made another dumb decision again. So it's one of those situations where people don't really talk about how, yes, you can identify that somebody's handsome or attractive, but not necessarily be attracted to them. I think people have evolved mentally. And if you can't identify, if you can't separate that as a person, as a man or a woman, and you are just like, nope, this is it. You know, I know that you're attractive. At some point, I'm going to try to fuck you. And you're unable to form deeper bonds with somebody. I don't know. I feel like there's some inner work that you have to work on within yourself. I don't know. I feel like you can't have deeper relationships like that.
Go ahead, DL.
I'm with you like 80%. Then you start trying to put men and women on the same plane. We're not. Now it's very, very, very rare. What Brother Damon says, I forgot what's your name? See, it says like ESS.
Chap.
So what they're talking about is extremely rare. When I was a junior and senior in high school, I worked at a restaurant as well. It was Frisch's out there. Y'all call it Bob's Big Boys, but the original was Frisch's back in the Midwest, right? So I'm working at Frisch's. I'm the drive-through guy. The grown-ups put me in charge of the drive-through. So I hired for the drive-through. So it was me, my cousin, and 8 girls, right? Because I'm doing the hiring. I put the word out there, did the interviews, and then I told the manager who to hire, and they hired who I said. So one of the women that I hired is been my friend since. This is back in the late 80s, y'all, when we met. And to this day, I can hit her up right now with her family. Same thing. I gave her away at her wedding. Now, of all the encounters I've had in my life, all the women, all the people I've known, all the women I've encountered, there's one friend that we never even when we met, it was the same as everybody else. You fine, you know, what's up? You think I'm cute? What's up? She went to a rival high school. We doing all this. She was a cheerleader, all this. We doing all this stuff. Everything going the way it's supposed to go. But it just didn't it didn't at first. It just didn't happen. It didn't line up. And then later in life, we just got to know each other too well, and we became family. We are family to this day. I ain't got to hear from her, but if she hit me up and she need me, I'm there. It ain't never been about sex, ever. One out of however many women I done encountered in my life, just one. And that's the one thing I wanted to make sure, especially you, Sister Nadia, understand something. Dudes trying to smash. It is a very, very rare thing to have that platonic, no sexual tension. There's no way, like, we wouldn't even, I just couldn't even imagine. And she's fine. Couldn't even imagine being with her like that. We got to that point. We was both in the streets. We went through some things. I had to help her out, doing some real stuff. It became like, nah, we family. And I go through her friends. She went through mine. It's like real family stuff, but that is so rare.
Yeah, and I'm not disagreeing with you. I don't disagree with you on the rarity of it.
But and now just moving out to the broader picture, most women think, oh, we could just be buddies. It's like, no, that guy trying to smash you. And that's the thing is so rare. Women be like, no, it happens all the time. Not you. I'm talking about just broader. It happens all the time. No, it does not. It is extremely rare. And I don't know about Dane, but I had, like he said, he was in the streets. I was in the streets too. I was running I was doing my thing. So I wasn't a thirsty dude. You know what I mean? And again, I didn't call you Thursday last time, brother. I said Thursday. I wasn't Thursday. But we had options. We were the dudes. We didn't have money. I was broke. We was doing our thing, but we had plenty of women. So it was easy for me for that transition to happen because I just won. I ain't got to smash them all. You know what I mean? So that allowed us to align as well. But it was just one. Just one. Yeah. I'm in my 50s, just one time.
The reason, like one of the main reason I wanted to bring Shab up here and I wanted to have her talk about our friendship is because I just want guys to see, it wasn't to say every man can be friends with a woman, because that ain't true at all. 99.8% of them is going to try to smash at some point. All I'm saying is I wish that number wasn't as high because I think there is true value in having somebody, a friend as the opposite sex. I think some of the insights that Shab gave me, hopefully some insight gave her, helped us develop our standards when it came to things that we would accept of a partner, things that we're willing to do for a partner. I think that, some of the insights helped me develop into the man right now. And because of those, I got an amazing super supportive wife that loves me, loves Shab, and I think if all you see as women is is a family, like aunties or cousins or nieces or somebody you want to smash, then I think you missing out on somebody who could really get some color into your life and kind of give you some insight that can help you if you're on a journey to become a guy who can sustain a long-term relationship. Some of these insights, but like I said, you got to kind of watch who you're getting the insight from and make sure they ain't screwed up in the head. But that goes with anybody. But I'm saying it's just like, I think there is significant value in men and women kind of commiserate to develop their values and to better people. I think in a relationship and a friendship, I just truly think men and women are stronger and better together than apart. I think relationships don't have to be any type of relationship, whether it's friendship or romantic relationships, don't have to be adversarial. I think the people who have a well-balanced group of people that they value and that they go to for insight and perspective are the people who do the best, and not just in relationships, but in life in general.
I get that, but I will say that, like somebody asked, like who benefits most with a platonic relationship. I see the woman does, and it's a lot to what Sister was it Nadia that said it. You got men who can provision for you. Like it or not, there's a lot of guys who won't mind picking up the tab. So if y'all just cool, if I go out, you want I'm gonna take care of it. Dudes, whatever, females, I'm gonna take care if I ask you to come out, whatever. You got that protection element, right? You got, if you get into a situation and you with some dudes that you cool with, and some guys or whatever get aggressive or try something, your guys are gonna step up and protect you. So I think that in those situations that the women benefit more from a platonic relationship than a guy does, because what's a guy want? In the day, he wants sex. He's not gonna get it. You know what I mean? So, but he has to do all that other stuff. You know what I mean? I have to open the door for her, you know, give her, she cold, got to give up his coat. You know what I mean? Someone jump up, he got to be ready to deal with
You
that.
talking about it's over that real shivery.
Sound like a job right now.
Hey,
Dame, I do agree with you. Like, I mean, I think since y'all knew each other so young and you looked at it from a different prism, like you said, the value, I think probably also because I just have two sisters that's older than me. So, you know, I talked to them about a lot of stuff. So I think that's probably what filled that void too, where I never like really needed that component from somebody else. So yeah, I just think if you have like family members that you're kind of close to, and I got some female cousins too that I speak to. So it's just like they kind of fill that void. So
I feel like the best husbands and boyfriends have a females, or at least one that are really close to, that can really they respect and like really want to give them game and really want to help them keep them on point. I think they're not again. So and I think that's why it's important. Like all these podcasts that we go on and what have you, where it's this adversarial thing, like women this and men that. I would like those are the people who will probably never develop what's necessary to be in long-term healthy relationships, because they're steady looking at the other sex, the opposite sex, as their adversary, their opponent, and not their partner, and trying to develop some shit. And I think that's the difference. I say everybody should be open to having a real connection with somebody that's not based on sex.
Easy to say from a guy who done had his feel. He's sitting, you good. I hate everything. Y'all want none of this. Y'all want none of this. Nah,
DL, you said he's coming from a position of privilege, huh?
Boy,
there's some average dude out here like, Dame, if you don't shut the hell up.
I can see that. I can see that.
Dame eating on a good pork chop, like y'all want none of this, right? Y'all want none of this right here. Nah, it's this. Nah, y'all want this.
But all you cats out there who are starving and trying to get there, I mean, you can get a little bit of game you can get a lot of game from a dude, but you can make sure you're doing all right if you get yourself a nice female friend who you can be up straight up with you and that you trust. Because I don't know.
You can find that, you're right. If you can find a woman that's actually gonna keep it 100 and like tell you the truth, yes. And like what brother Jerk was saying, a lot of that's gonna come from family, sisters, cousins, aunties, and stuff like that, mom, grandma. But it's hard to find. I'm more of a Sun Tzu kind of guy, man. Know yourself, know your enemy. That's how I look at it. Yeah, I do believe men and women are better together than they are apart, but you got to know what you're getting yourself into.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's the most important part. But we have come to the end of the show, everybody. All right. I just want to thank everybody for jumping on. I want to thank Miss True. I know she had to dip, and I appreciate Ashley jumping on as well. So I thank you guys coming on. So I want to give a chance for you guys to say if you have any final thoughts, what you thought of the show, and if you wanted people to get a hold of you, if you want to give your socials. I know Chad don't want to give shit, so it's all good. I just think about if you want the people to give your social so they can get a hold of you. If you want to promote anything you got going on, please feel free. So I'm gonna start with Nadia. Nadia, it was a pleasure. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you so much for having me. You know, I really appreciated everyone's insight. You know, as always, I love to hear what people have to say about these topics. I mean, these especially this kind of topic, it's very loaded and people feel very strongly about it. And I know that people want to defend their perspective pretty strongly when it comes to this. So it's just like, nope, absolutely, or yes, absolutely. And people will die on that hill. There's a lot of people that are going to die on that hill. And the point of these topics is not to change the other person's mind, just to give them different perspectives. Yes. Maybe a perspective that they have not seen before, or maybe it wasn't presented or packaged to them in this specific way. So, you know, I really appreciate everybody, you know, giving some very comical and very awesome insight. Sometimes, you know, Saint, I'm talking to you. The way you delivered, the way you delivered shit was pretty good. It was pretty on it. So, you know, thank you guys so much. I have a lot of different socials, but I'm just giving out my main one because it's the easiest one, and that's just Young Papacita. So YUNG and then little potato, but in Spanish, Papacita.
Thank you. And the reason DLC, he does this is what he does. He's a comedian. He hosts shows. He throws comedy shows. If you ever in Tampa, follow him. And if you're ever in Tampa, go to one of his shows. I'm sure you'll laugh your ass off at one of his shows because this guy is funny as shit. So
if you don't laugh, we're gonna rob you. Just so you might as well laugh.
Exactly. I'm gonna go to now I'm gonna go to you, Miss Polly. I appreciate you jumping on later. When you did. So thanks for coming up.
I appreciate you filling me up. I know, because I'd be always behind a little bit.
It's all good.
But it's a little yeah, for the most part, I haven't had the privilege to only have gentlemen pursue me in friendship. I'm saying a privilege. And I mean that because even like you saying, a lot of times what happens is they're friends, and then I'll be thinking we're all best and friends. And then next thing you know, somebody will be like, "Oh, I kind of like you," and you're like, "Oh," and just
whipping it out on you.
And people think that sounds really nice, but it doesn't when you're a person maybe sometimes who has certain boundaries. Like there's certain things I'm not gonna tell, like maybe intimate things I tell a friend that I don't tell my boyfriend because it's just something that's just maybe something I want to share with you. And so if you did do that, I feel like it's a violation. So when guys do that, to me, it feels like a violation. So I haven't had the privilege to have someone staying in friendship for many years. It always seems to transition. But, I'm not like, I don't cry about it, but it does happen. So I do think it's a possibility if they disqualify you as a lover. And that sounded kind of boastful. Not saying that no one doesn't see me as not a lover, but you know what I'm saying? It's just hasn't happened yet. We'll see. Yeah, but yeah, you guys can find me on YouTube. You see right there underneath. I kind of wrote it down there. Instagram, same name on all social media and Facebook and such. Nothing going on too crazy right this moment. Yeah, that's about it.
I'm gonna give you just a quick blurb. I don't want you to sound about it because I want people to subscribe to you. Miss Polly is Polly. She is in a polyamorous relationship with 3 men right now. So she has an interesting story, and she's been out here breaking men's brains for the last couple of years, trying for them to understand this situation. Go to her Instagram, go to her YouTube, watch her story, and comment, and she will interact with you. And if anything you want to know about the whole poly lifestyle, if you're interested in getting into it, if you have some questions or what have you, she will tell you anything you need to know, the good, the bad, and the ugly about the polyamorous lifestyle. So I appreciate you coming on. All right. Mr. Saint, how you doing? I appreciate you coming on, man. I just love it when you come on because you're reverent, you're funny, you're intelligent. You got it all, brother. So go ahead and say your final thoughts.
I like to come over here because you start on time. And for black folk, I am here to tell you, man. Here to tell you. Woo! I'm like, I ain't the only one. Man, look, that's why I'm happy here. Thanks for having me, brother. I really appreciate coming over here. I really do. Shout out to everybody. Sister Shab, I know you joined in late, but shout out to you, Sister Polly, Sister Nadia, you know what I mean, Brother Jerk. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all having me over here. This is always fun. I like to keep it light because people tend to remember. That's why I like to joke around and people are feeling good, but they're taking in the information, right? And it's registered, it's hitting on some level. And I really want, especially tonight, I want women to understand dudes want to smash. Period. End of statement. Nothing follows. Like in the army, you feel like, remember, I don't know about y'all because y'all probably was doing everything. Y'all was typing. Y'all were young. But we had to write in the army all our paperwork. And at the end of every statement, we had to write end of statement. Nothing follows. Right. And that's right. So that's what it is. Ladies, dudes want to smash. Right. You're not going to find a Brother Damien, a Brother Jerk, you know what I mean? A DL Saint. I'm not talking shit, but we're in a different class. Like we're dudes out there who figured it out and was doing our thing back in the day, and we got what we wanted. The average guy, they don't have that game. Sister Ashley, I ain't mad at her. She got a trip out of it, but the dude was using broken game trying to get on. And they wound up in some other country. And then what did he do? He tried to leave her out in the cold, tried to kick her out the room and all that kind of stuff. Man, that's just sad. You know what I mean? That's sad, but understand that. You know what I mean? So little potato, understand that, sis. They trying to get on. So this was a great conversation. Brother, and whenever you want me over here, you know, all you gotta do is hit me up. I'm coming through. And this hits hard with me because I have a teenage daughter. She's going into high school. Trust me when I tell you, I'm saying way more than this to her. As young as she is, I'm giving her all kind of game. My daughter is young and she's beautiful. She's 5'5", is 122 pounds. She's absolutely gorgeous, still growing. She looks like a grown-up, so I got to give her grown-up game because I don't know who's going to run up on her, right? So I ain't there all the time. Yeah, I got guns everywhere, but I ain't on her. I ain't around her all the time. So I need to give her up on this game. So this is why, you know, this one right here, this topic, I couldn't wait to jump on. This was great. Y'all can find me on YouTube. I Really Want to Know podcast. I've been doing that for a couple of years, man. We talk about everything under the sun. Miss Polly, I ain't forgot, sis. I got to get you over there. I cannot wait to get you over there. That's going to be one hell of a show. And on Instagram as well, I Really Want to Know podcast, all one word. Don't be shy. Feel free to reach out. I'm very accessible. I'm retired. Like you know, Brother Dame said, I am an air traffic controller, retired, and I'm a comedian full time. But my number one job is I'm a dad, and that's what takes up all my time. And Friday's last day of school. I think I'm happier than my daughter is. Like, she's going to mama or something. So thanks for having me.
Appreciate you, brother. This Scared Jerk. I just appreciate this cat so much. He's always a good brother. He's like a brother for another mother. Like, me and this dude rock so tough. I really appreciate him coming on. He does nothing but support everybody. So you gotta go support his show, Manic Sophistication. Follow him on Sophisticated Jerk. If he posts something, you need to comment. If he has a show, you need to watch it. If he makes a brownie, you need to eat it. Whatever he does, you got to do it. This cat is my brother, so I appreciate it. Go ahead, Jerk.
Nah, I appreciate you, man. Another great topic, man. And I love the panel you assembled because I like what Nadia said, man. Everybody had like great perspectives. And it's good to hear because like I like even how you pulled up your friend. I forgot your name again. What was it? Chap or Chap. But I like how you introduced that dynamic. So I think it is good to see that. Because like you said, people could be friends, but I mean, you do got to respect them boundaries, especially if you're with somebody else. And that's the biggest thing. So I like how you guys even mentioned, like, you know, you incorporated your wife. She knows about the whole dynamic and stuff. Because that's, you know, you got to have transparency when you're in a relationship. So nah, definitely a great topic, man. And DL, man, you just had me rolling, bro. So that's it, Dave. Thanks again, man, for having us here.
Oh, good. Last but never not least, one of the most important people to me, one of my long-term friends, the person who's going to be around my life when I'm old and gray. She is definitely going to be a person who, she's a person who is the constant and never the variable. Miss Shahab, how are you doing? What do you want to say? Thanks for coming on. Your final thoughts.
I second everything everyone said. This is such a great platform. Thank you for having me. It's so nice to talk about any of these topics and just get different perspectives. I think Nadia spoke on that, and I really enjoyed it. I appreciate everything you guys said. It just makes me appreciate the friendship that I have with Dame, and you know, the fact that it is rare, and it makes me appreciate it even more. So thank you for sharing your perspective and your experiences, and thank you for having me on the show.
Thank you. And for those who don't know, Shab was the very first guest I had on my very first podcast ever. She was the very first. She was the guinea pig when I was still trying to figure all this shit out. She came on, and I really appreciate that. That's just how supportive she is. She's just a really cool person.
I told him not to say my name, and he kept saying it. And I was like, just don't say it.
I was like, because my old shows, there was a lot of like wild shit. I was trying to be, this gonna be like sexy and hot, and she was like, man, chill out. I'm a grown woman, you know. I got business, you know. So,
I didn't want to be only for you.
But I appreciate you. All right, well, I think I said all I needed to say, and like I said, check me out if you like and subscribe. If you're watching this on the replay, like and subscribe, share the video, what have you. And you can catch me every Tuesday, 9 p.m. Central. We try to have some cool topics, and you might see some of these faces again. Hopefully they had enough fun to come out and rock with me again. But yeah, that's it. And once again, it was just a pleasure having all you guys on here. So with that being said, we out.